Welcome to Soft Skills with Grandma. In this episode, you will be learning how to overcome overwhelm from the expert.
Now that we know that being overwhelmed is one of the biggest hurdles on the path of reaching our goal, what is that we can do to avoid being overwhelmed? Well, the number one solution would be to identify the root cause of feeling overwhelmed. For example, let us take the first example. Too much work I'm unable to manage. Now, when the task in front of us is too huge, the best way to go about it would be to break them down into smaller chunks, create milestones, small milestones, and go after them and achieve them. You can also reward yourself after reaching each milestone, as we had discussed earlier. The second example would be, I have no clue to go about this problem. Well, this situation comes to most of us, even to the greatest of the great people face this challenge. Well, at that time, what do? They take help from their mentor. They call up someone whom they trust, someone who's knowledgeable in that particular subject, and take help from them. Or nowadays, with the internet, anything and everything is available on Google. You get all the information on Google. So you can just go to Google and try and collect information about the topics which you find it difficult. Or maybe you can just pull out your phone and call one of your friends and tell him that I'm in so and so problem. I do not know how to go about it. And he may give you a small tip which can then lead you to find a solution for that problem. So instead of just sitting down and cribbing over it, we are now taking action. We are not sitting quiet. We are taking action by taking help from the other person. So thereby we can avoid being overwhelmed. And now the third example. My company has started to scale. Now when a business is doing very well, it's a moment to feel proud and feel happy about and not feel overwhelmed. We may be feeling overwhelmed because the volume of our work has increased. Now here I'm not saying work, I'm saying the volume of our work has increased because your business has grown big, and then the number of hands that you have are still less. So how do we solve this? By increasing the number of hands, but making sure that the decision making is still with us. Scaling up doesn't mean adding too many heads to your company. The head must always be one, or the decision making should always be with one or two main people. The rest of them should only add up as extra hands to support the cause of the organization. Let us take the next example. I don't have sufficient time to complete this task. Well, if this is the case, then we can always go to the source which gave you the work and ask for additional time. And by getting that additional time, you can then comfortably work and complete your task. And if the person says that there is no time available, then explain to him, make him understand that it would be impossible for you to complete the task and somehow get the additional time. If not, delegate some of the work to someone else and solve the problem. Let us take another scenario. Let us say, for example, we are not well and we have a lot of work to be completed. Now, when we are not well, obviously we will not be in a position to do our work. So instead of feeling bad and instead of fighting with it, let us just take rest. Let us inform the concerned people that so and so I'm not well. Once I'm all right, I will come and finish your task, even if I have to work on a weekend. For example, few months back, I was working on a project and I fell ill. I fell ill for a long time, almost 3 weeks. The first week I was taking rest, was okay. The second week, even to take rest, I was feeling restless. I was thinking, oh, I have to complete my project, and I'm resting on the bed. How will I manage? And I was kind of fighting with myself and feeling a little overwhelmed. And that is when I told myself that, see, in a situation like this, the best thing would be is to recover and then do your job. And I also remembered that, you know, this happened somewhere in November. And I also remembered that in December, I usually take a break of almost 1 month. Then I told myself that, so instead of taking a break there, let me prepone that break here itself. And then let me work in that month, December. That is by swapping my holidays. So from the second week onwards, I started listening to movies. I started watching, listening to music, watching movies. I started enjoying my ill health. I decided to, take a break there. And 2 or 3 weeks passed away. I also had a good time. I recovered from it. And during the holidays, I sat and completed my project. And this is what I call as swapping your holidays or swapping your time. So by doing this, we can avoid the feeling of being overwhelmed. And let us take another reason. The reason of helping others. Well, I've seen a lot of people who like to help others, but then they feel overwhelmed because their own task is remaining. There is a lot of work to be done. And in spite of that, they help others. Now, let me ask you, is this a very good thing? Well, to help others is always a good thing, but not at the cost of sacrificing doing work on your own task, isn't it? It's like you have set a destination to go to, say, Goa, but then you're traveling to Chennai and you're traveling to Mysore, because you'll never be able to progress towards your destination, isn't it? It is not a win-win situation, it is a win-lose situation. Whereas, say for example, if you want to help others, you can always tell the person that, okay, you need some help from me, you can meet me in the evening, the time when I'm free. Now, when you allot time for that and when you help that person, it is a win-win situation. You are also able to focus on your task, and you're also able to help the other person. So it is a win-win situation. So by doing this, we will not get overwhelmed. And the next reason could be setting unrealistic goals. Now, before setting a goal, we need to understand the resources that we have and the capabilities that we possess. For example, let us say I'm a builder and I have constructed about 10 villas. Now, to set a goal to construct 100 villas is a practical thing. I will be able to do it. But then, if I have not constructed even a single villa, or I have struggled to construct one villa, now setting a goal of constructing 100 villas will naturally make me feel overwhelmed because the task is too complex. I have not done it before. Hence, to make sure that we don't set unrealistic goals is extremely important, not to feel overwhelmed. And then perfectionism. We have discussed enough about it. Let us not follow perfectionism. Let us adopt joyfulism. And then finally, to maintain a very good work-life balance. See, it is not just about organizing the external. It is also about strengthening the internal. So when we work on the other zones of our life, for example, the health zone and the family zone, even the social zone and the spiritual zone, we are in a healthy state. We have a healthy mind and a healthy body. And our inner becomes very strong for us to be able to face the challenges which may come in front of us. So it's not just about organizing the external, it's also about strengthening the internal. So let us maintain a very good work-life balance.
So, that's how you overcome overwhelm and increase your productivity. If you have any questions, you can post them in the comments section. And if you want to enroll for the full course on time management, you can click on the link in the description and enroll for the course on Udemy. Never miss an update. Subscribe to this channel, like, and share with friends. That brings us to the end of this season of Soft Skills with Grandma. I look forward to seeing you soon, in a brand new season. Until then, take care.